everybody. I am having a good time today. Hope you are too.
It's a beautiful day today in Southern California.
As it always is.
We
very seldomly have a reason to complain about weather, although we do sometimes say it's a little bit too hot, right? Not often, but we're just blessed to be here and have just great weather. So
yes,
can't complain. So especially when you're watching I Live, Passion, Purpose, and Faith.
That's right.
With Lisa and Sherry, and you know what's coming next.
We have a phenomenal show today. We're going to be talking with a few people on the street today. We have a segment that we like to call Street Talk.
Right.
We went out on the street and we asked some very interesting questions.
Right. But before we get to that, we cannot go any further without my jokes.
Oh,
right?
that's right.
What would I need? Right?
Jokes.
Okay, right? Okay, so here we go. Strap in,
You
okay?
guys ready?
You ready? Okay, did you hear about that new broom?
The new broom. No, I did not.
Well, it's sweeping the nation. Y'all know that's funny, right? Okay, here's one more for you. Okay. What do you call an elephant that doesn't matter?
An elephant that doesn't matter. Oh my goodness.
Give up?
I don't know.
And irrelevant. Come on. Our assistant is laughing.
No, that's really
She's falling out. She's falling out.
That's really corny.
It is. It's so ridiculous. Who made these?
It's so ridiculous.
It's
That's
so
what it is.
funny. So I just love these clean, funny jokes just to get the energy in the room, get us laughing, and we just have a great time with this. And as Lisa was saying, we went out a couple weeks ago, went throughout Southern California, asked some questions, and people had some really interesting thoughts. I mean, I was really enlightened.
Yes.
What about you?
I was too, because there were a couple of questions that we asked. And one question we asked is, why is it that you think that people never step out and do what they're passionate about or what their purpose is, or maybe there's a dream in their heart? Why is it that you think people never step out and do that? And some very interesting responses.
And this is what some people had to say. Take a look.
Taking it to the street, yeah.
Oh, you can say your first and last name?
Constance Perry. Thank you for participating in Street Talk.
My pleasure. Gosh. Okay, this is impromptu and natural
Of course
and everything.
it is.
Okay,
Of course
okay,
it
so,
is.
so I don't have to be good.
Just be you.
Okay,
You is
okay.
Lisa, we always have Street Talk. We have a couple of questions, just general questions that we like to ask people. It's so interesting to find out how people think about certain things. So Lisa came up with today's questions.
Okay, so the first question is, why do you think people never step out to do what their purpose to do? I think we overthink things, and we have a tendency to think too much about it. And we think about it, and we think about it, and at some point you think you've done it because you've thought about it so much that you never get around to doing it. And so that's one big reason. And of course, fear. We won't step out. That if God has directed, knowing that if God has directed you where He guides, He will provide a means, He provide ways. So if you don't think you have money, if you don't think you have enough people, well, let God worry about that. You are just to move. So trust Him. I would say it's fear, but we have to trust God and trust His voice and trust that He has said what He said, and if He said it, then we need to believe it. So that's why I think we don't step out. Wow. Overthinking and not trusting.
The people have just had some amazing stories, and we just thank people for being so transparent and sharing, their thoughts with us about why they stepped out or not stepped out to pursue the things that God placed in their heart.
It really was a truly, an experience to hear the different stories. And what's so remarkable to me is that we all share the same type of stories, the same feelings, the same emotions, because I remember talking to one particular person And I started thinking about myself because there were times when I was very fearful. I made every excuse I can think of why I would not pursue what I really, really wanted to do and what I really had in my heart to do. And it wasn't until just recently, the last few years, that I began to take those steps. So I believe that we all kind of share the same feelings of why we don't step out.
I know. And fear can be debilitating sometimes. I mean, just like you say, I've been fearful and they're going to think I'm crazy, think I'm weird. We don't want to be, nobody wants to be labeled in a way that's not flattering. So there's a lot of things that happen in our lives that can sometimes keep us in the box. But we know one thing we know for sure, that God has placed a dream and a vision inside everyone's heart.
That's right.
Right. And many times it does take courage, and it can be much easier to step out when you have a great support, a network of friends and family to support you. But sometimes you don't have that, and sometimes even that's not enough because the dream and vision is so large. And so, again, we just applaud the people. I told you we had some interesting comments.
Very interesting comments, and I think it's also important to know that, you know, when you have that relationship with God and you know that He has created you for a reason, and then you begin to seek Him about what it is that He has created you to do. And I think that's the first step in making those steps toward stepping out and doing it.
That's right. Being rooted and grounded in the things of God.
That's right.
Knowing that He has a great purpose for you, but the key is to being connected to the source always.
Always.
You know, one of my favorite scriptures is what? John 15:5. He is the vine. We are the branch, and apart from Him, we can't do nothing. So we need to stay connected to our Father. So we have another segment like that. We asked another set of questions, another series of questions. But before we get to that, we want to bless you with a song by one of our favorite songstresses. If I'm saying that right, did I butcher that?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, Regina Courtney, she's going to bless us with a song. So stay right there.
Oh,
favorites in my musical library, so I encourage you to add Regina Courtney, Obedience, to your musical library. So
Beautiful woman of God.
beautiful woman of God. So we add some more questions to our street talk segment, and Lisa came up with this question. So what was it?
Well, the question that we asked is, if you were stranded on an island for 1 year, what 3 things would you have to have?
And this is what the folks had to say. Take a look at Street Talk.
So if you could take 3 things with you, and these are 3 things you must have on a stranded island, what would those 3 things be?
A Costco, the complete store, all stock. Everything. You got my furniture, got my food.
Girl, what?
You know, of course, I want to take the Lord with me everywhere because He is my provider. And that's probably the answer we're expecting to give. But I want to have an oversupply of provision. Well, He's that, you know. And if I had Him, I wouldn't have to worry about anything else. Pretty good. I'd have everything, you know. If I was on a stranded island, I don't think I'd want my family there because after a while they get on my nerves. You know, on an island, I couldn't where am I send them, you know? So, but of course, I would want to be able to contact them. So I'd want some phone line somewhere. So be able to connect to the outside world when I wanted to, and a boat to be able to go back and forth when I got ready. So, I mean, that's being real. But of course, the Lord would provide all that. He wouldn't just give me a boat. He'd make sure I had a yacht or a cruise ship, you know? So, hey.
Wow.
So is that what everybody wants?
That's pretty. No, your question was for you. Your response has been the most profound. Nobody else has requested a Costco. Nobody else. Or a cruise ship.
Hello?
Now they said a boat, but not a cruise ship.
No, let's
If you're gonna ask God, then hey, go big.
Let's go big.
She said go big or go home.
Same prayer that I'm asking for that little boat is the same prayer that I'm asking for that cruise ship. So, and of course, like I said, and my Bible, you know. So,
Okay, now you're on number 4. No.
and more. No, I'm good. Okay, ladies.
Thank you, Connie, for participating in today's Street Talk.
My pleasure.
Comments, right? Interesting things. Now let me ask you, Lisa, what would you do? You posed the question, so let me ask you, let me flip the script.
Oh my
What
goodness.
3 things for you?
What 3 things would I have to have? I would first say I would have to have the Bible.
Sure.
I would have to have the Word of God because I do believe that God speaks to us through His Word. So if I'm stranded out there on an island by myself, the Lord will speak to me and tell me how to survive, tell me how to live, tell me how to eat. So I would say the Word of God. And the Bible tells us in Matthew 4:4 that man does not live on bread alone, but on every word that proceeds out of the mouth of God. So I would have the Word of God first. Second, I would probably take all of the books that are in my library because I love to read. And third, I would say a notepad and a pen because I love to write, and that would be so much time to sit and write. I mean, what else could I do other than, I don't know, take a swim? But I could,
And you do a lot of that.
but I would say a notepad and a pen. So what 3 things would you take?
Okay.
Or what do you have to have?
Okay. Well, I totally with you. I have to have one of my Bibles. I have to have the Word of God. As you say, He does speak to us. Just to know that I can just hold it and touch it and write in it and, you know, my Bible, I would have to have that.
Okay.
You know, I'm going to break down and say my cell phone. I know I might not be able to get a signal, but
Your cell phone.
but
Look,
okay.
you have it on you now.
I did, but you know, I know I don't know how long the battery's gonna last because I'm stranded for a whole year. But whilst I do have a battery,
Okay, for
I
a
think
little while.
for a little while I may be able to take some photos. To do
You can
some,
record
you
yourself.
can do some video editing. I mean, you can do some editing. You can produce a short little video on your cell phone.
Yeah, you
so
could.
for a while, I do have a battery. So hopefully, when I get to the island, it's charged up. Okay. So that may last me a couple hours. Look at my assistant over there. She's got her eyes rolled up her head. You can see her, but she's like, how is that going to work? Okay. And then the last thing, you know what? I probably would take photo albums. I would take
that's
I would take my
good.
photo albums.
I love
I have
that.
a very treasured a scrapbook that my family put together many years ago when I had a milestone birthday. So don't try to start calculating. But at any rate, it was it just took me back through the years and has pictures of my brother, my sister, mom, and dad, and trips that we've taken. And it was just so amazing. I remember when I received it, they shipped it to my job, and I remember sitting at work crying because it was just so moving. So that's like one of my most treasured things because it has photos from a piano recital, other holidays, and it just kind of chronicled my life up until that milestone birthday. So that's one of the things that's so memorable to me. It just really keeps me connected to family, and so
That's
I think I would take those three things. Those would be
Okay.
three things that I think would help me weather that storm or that experience on that island.
It would keep you busy, I would say.
It would until
Yeah.
my cell phone ran out. Or, I mean, I could read the Bible, of course. I would certainly do that, but I would try my bestest, and I know that's probably not a word, but I would try to really do some type of video or something like that, take some pictures.
Okay, so if you would like to send us an email or
Yeah.
give us a call and let us know what 3 things would you choose or would you take with you if you were stranded on an island for 1 year?
And we like to hear, because as you can see, folks have some really interesting things that are most important to them. So.
That's correct, that is correct.
Right, and so that's what, it's about, living passion, purpose, and faith. And so I think the 3 things that we would take tie into that at least. I don't know about everybody else, but passion, purpose, and faith, so.
All right, well, this is I Live, and again, we live passion, purpose, and faith.
That's right. So if you have a question, comment, or story idea for Lisa or myself, we would love to hear from you. Our contact information is on the screen. We look forward to hearing from you. We always want to stay connected with you, so reach out.